After breakfast. Man, I definitely underestimated how stressful it would be to come back to school. The closer we got to it, the more that annoying pit in my stomach grew. I'm afraid of what'll happen when people see me like this. I'm afraid of the staring, the whispering, the rumors. And all this after I acted all tough and told myself how I didn't care about it. I really am a wimp. Oh, not like there's anything I can do about it after the taxi already left.
There you are!
Oh god, it was Saya. That's not Saya's voice. I hear them before I see them. As soon as Saya's high-pitched voice cuts through the cacophony of students talking to each other on their way to class, my stomach already sinks a little bit further. So much for not drawing attention to myself. Morning. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry about it. You have the best possible reason to be late. I think I'd call it the worst possible reason, but sure. Oh, right.
You walked into that one, Sho-chan.
Shut up. Still, thanks for offering to help. Of course, it's the last we could do. That should be the least we could do. How do you want to do this? Want to just hop on my back and have me carry you up the stairs? That sounds dangerously close to the joke I made earlier this morning. Please, no. Just lend me a shoulder and we should be fine. If you say so. Come here.
I can carry your bag for you. Give it here.
You're not gonna offer a shoulder too?
Are you kidding? With Mr. Mighty over here doing it already, there's no need for me to. You could throw Rutherford-kun through the window and into his classroom if you wanted.
I'm nowhere near that strong. Don't exaggerate. Could we get going already? People are starting to stare. Saya and Shuichi's eyes go wide and immediately begin looking around to confirm what I'm saying. Maybe because they're not anywhere near as worried about this as I am, but they hadn't all been keeping an eye on their surroundings like I did. A random student walking with crutches might not invite all that much attention, but pretty much everyone in school knows about me in one way or another. Not to mention those two talking so loudly about carrying me. I don't need all this attention right now. Right, of course. Come on, lean against me. Thanks, and sorry. Don't apologize. You make it sound like it's some kind of a crazy burden you've placed on me. Well, don't start. Sorry. Oh, he seems burdened. Oh, God. Going up the stairs was rougher than I thought it'd be. Apparently, they do not have the mandatory elevator system. Damn. That's actually something I want to look up. Whoa, damn. That's a hell of a statistic. According to the Asahi Shimbun, I don't know the credibility of this source, so I apologize if this is not a credible source at all. But it's just a cursory glance. More than 30% of public elementary and junior high schools in Japan lack wheelchair-accessible toilets, and over 70% do not have an elevator. Mind you, this is a high school, but if that's how they are for junior high schools, god damn. That fucking sucks. So I guess being an injured student in Japan, at least from this cursory glance, I'm not going to make a point-blank referendum based off of this cursory glance from a visual novel written by someone who does not live in Japan, and one line taken from one article from a website that I do not know the credibility of, but just from this glance alone, does not look good. That's all I can say from this very surface level observation. Anyway, going up the stairs was rougher than they thought it would be. A single flight of stairs at home is pretty okay, but coming up to the 3rd floor with double stairs every floor was a huge pain. Even Shoichi seemed to be struggling a bit to help me up. God, you're heavier than I remember. Did you put on weight or something? Of course not. I lived on hospital food for 2 weeks. If anything, I might have lost weight. Right. Good point.
I don't know why you're complaining. I'm doing just fine.
Asshole. Shuichi and I both glare at Sai after her little joke, though she doesn't seem to care about the animosity one bit. Of course, she's an asshole. Thankfully, there aren't all that many people around due to how early I came to school today. Other than the class president and a handful of other students, the place is pretty much deserted. Which isn't to say that the sight of a guy being pretty much carried with an arm over someone's shoulder and the other over crutches doesn't draw attention immediately.
Rutherford-kun? Oh my god, what happened?
Oh, hey there, Prez. The fox looks at me and then at my crutches, her eyes going back and forth the two, while her mouth hangs wide open. Yeah, that's not an obnoxious way to act at all.
What?
I guess it's really noticeable, huh?
The class jock shows up unable to walk on his own and using crutches. No one can even tell that there's something going on.
Saya, fuck you. Seriously, goddamn. When will I ever find a reason to like this character? Shush, I wasn't asking you.
What happened?
Seems her question echoed everyone else's as the handful of students in the room are all staring at me now. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. About that, I kinda got into an accident. Nothing major. You got run over by a car. That's major. Fuck you, Shuichi! Not your place! Shuichi, shut up! Yeah.
You got run over by a car?
Well, crap. Now that's bound to send a rumor mill into a tizzy. Kinda?
Kinda?
I mean, yes, I got out of it mostly unscathed. I only needed a single surgery to...
You had to have surgery?
The mention of the word, our other classmates gasped. Apparently all of these motherfuckers live in fucking bizarro world where surgery never fucking happens. Walking closer to us, and beginning to box me in with the looks of pity and concern. Fuck. Minor surgery, just to fix my knee and staff. It got pretty banged up.
Wait. So this whole time that you've been away from school due to a stomach bug, you were actually in the hospital recovering from a car accident?
Yes. Press clutches her head in between her hands, looking down at the floor and groaning loudly.
Oh my god. I've been sending homework to someone recovering from major surgery. I'm a monster.
What? I said it wasn't major. I don't know, man. The kind of injury you had is a pretty big deal for an athlete. Shuichi, quiet! Sorry.
Don't be so hard on him, Rutherford-kun. Shojan's just trying to clarify.
That's not his place to do! And it's not your place to reprimand me! God damn it! Why does no one fucking care about what anyone fucking God! Why does Jesus Christ! It's not his fucking place to! It's not your fucking place to tell me what he is and isn't allowed to fucking say! Fuck off! It's only making things worse!
I mean, are you okay?
That's a loaded question. Yeah, I'm doing alright. You don't need to worry so much. I'm not gonna bore you with the details of my injury. My knee needed surgery. They did surgery. It's more or less fixed now. We can leave it at that. No clarifying necessary. Made sure to say that last a little bit while staring directly at Shuichi and Saya, who both look away from me promptly. Bitches. Hopefully that's enough to drive the message home.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
My family didn't want to risk it getting out while I was in the hospital. I've been left in relative peace lately since I haven't been standing out much. Most photographers and journalists focus on Tanabe, and the ones interested in me, at least, have the decency to wait for our competitions before approaching me. But just missing this one competition last week was enough to have my inbox filled to the brim with sports reporters asking for comments, explanations, making up rumors, and the likes.
It was? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, you better believe it was. They even went as far as asking Tanabe for commentary on my absence and then emailing me to ask me for my comments on what he had to say.
Crap. I was hoping they wouldn't contact you about that stuff.
What, you knew about this?
Keikun and I may have been approached first for commentary. Since we're in the same club as you and whatnot, we just told them we had no comments on it and hoped they'd leave it at that.
So you fuckers knew, and you're like out here clarifying shit to just everyone and everyone? None of these fuckers know to keep their trap shut, and you're just blabbermouthing? Obviously not to the fucking papers and tabloids, whatever. That's good. That was good. That was a smart move. But like, to the classmates? Like, and also, you just didn't tell? Like, obviously we were gonna find out. Obviously. What the fuck you, like, your judgment is like so out of fucking nothing. Like, you're a fucking moron. You think we wouldn't know? If they're asking you, who the fuck you thought they asked first? They're talking about us! You think they wouldn't have talked to us first? You thought we wouldn't have found out that they were asking you about us? Or, like, not that they were asking you about us, but they wouldn't have fucking, that they weren't talking about us? You didn't think that that we wouldn't know they were talking about us at all? You fucking airhead!
Goddamn nosy Nancys, they can't leave a single thing be.
You do not have room to talk about calling anyone nosy. I'd have appreciated being told about this, you know.
How was I supposed to know they'd email you about it?
Thinking for 2 seconds would have fucking clued you in on that one, smart guy! I don't know, basic foresight, maybe? Prez leans back, sitting on a nearby table. She crosses her arms, looking down on me with conflicted eyes and biting her lower lip.
That all sounds exhausting.
It is. That's why we didn't want anyone here to near my recovery, you know, for my sanity and all.
Yeah, I can imagine it. There's no way it won't be getting out now that you're back in school, though.
Yeah, no shit! No shit! Especially with the clarifying crew! Motherfuckers. Yeah. Honestly, that's the part that scared me most about coming back. Not that anyone did anything but tell us to get over it and push us back out into the real world without any care or fucking concern for our mental well-being, except for the one motherfucker that noticed it and was just like, hey, stop being an asshole. But no, did we get to see a psychiatrist, a therapist, a fucking professional in the psychiatric field at any point? No. Gee, thanks, Mom. No, instead we get Mom, who spends 90% of her time in her fucking room doing the same thing she does all the other time, then comes out and tells us to stop being a bitch. Thanks! Woo! But no, we got a bathing scene with our little kid brother. That'll make me feel fucking great. That just made me uncomfortable. What the goddamn was that? Anyway, moving on swiftly from that, I think I can at least count on being left alone for the rest of the school day today. But we won't be able to keep a pin on this much longer. And reporters aren't given reporters aren't given to leave a person alone just because they're going through a hard time. That's the reality I'll have to accept. At least it shouldn't take long before the story becomes old news. Soon enough, I'll fade away completely from the sports magazines, with nothing but memories left of that time. That's sad to think about. That really would mark the end, I think.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Nah, that's alright. I just need to talk to teachers about it. Let them know I'm pulling out of the tennis club and whatnot. Oh, I would appreciate if you could share your notes from the classes I missed, though. Prez leans forward, looking at me with kind eyes and gently squeezing my shoulder.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. For what it's worth, I'm really sorry this happened to you.
Yeah. So am I.
I'm gonna go organize my notes. Need me to copy them for you too?
Nah, don't go through that much trouble. Just lend me one of your notebooks for a little while. There's a good amount of time, I guess, before class starts. I should be able to copy down at least one subject's worth. Do you guys not have a copy machine in the fucking building? Before class, surely you could go to the teacher's lounge and be like, hey, do you mind if I fucking use a copy machine? They're just not allowed to do that, I guess. Some places are just way more strict about that, I guess. I don't know. You're a class president. You think you'd be get a little more leeway about that? Also, you got the student council president right there. He could probably get away with it, but whatever.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Thanks, Prez. Fox nods, walking back to her desk. The other bystanders around us at least have the decency to pretend like they weren't eavesdropping the entire time. What the fuck do you mean? They were gasping and oohing and awing the whole fucking time. These are the worst crowds ever. Taking a few steps back and awkwardly getting back to their own conversations while sneaking glances at me every now and again. That was harder to hear than I thought it would be. And you what? Really? You've been here the whole time and we had a whole, like, why are you being a douche to me fucking moment. Like, what? Like, seriously. What kind of friend have you been to me? You weren't helping either. Could you please not go telling people details about what happened to me without my approval? It's not your story to tell. Fucking nail on the head! Shaboom, my Columbo classic!
Rutherford Coon, that's too harsh.
No, it fucking isn't! And if you got a problem with it, you can get the fuck out of my face! That's alright, Saya-chan. He's right. I'm sorry, Rutherford. But my fucking ass! Okay. Okay, that got me. I can't keep that up. Seriously, Saya-chan, it's okay. He's okay. Rutherford should be the one to decide what he wants to share with others. I overstepped. It's hard to be mad when you act all apologetic and whatnot. You are right, though, so just be like, thank you, and move on.
Well, I guess. What are you gonna do now, Rutherford Coon? Want us to stick around and keep you company?
That's okay. I'll just be copying some notes anyway. I'll text you guys if I need anything. I know you're both busy with your own stuff. Not that I'll be able to concentrate on anything right now. Oh, come on. Don't make me into your excuse to not work. That's harsh, Rutherford. If I don't say that, you guys are going to keep looking for excuses to drone around me. Seriously, I'd feel bad if I got in the way of you guys' obligations. You really are mindful of us in the most obnoxious times. It's a gift. All right. We'll let you be for the time being. We'll still drop by for lunch, though. And make sure you actually text us if you need something. Of course!
See you later, Rutherford-kun.
Yeah, later. I nod, not being able to bring myself into forming actual words. It feels weird to watch them leave the room. Like, I don't want them to leave, yet I do at the same time. It's weird. I don't want to be left alone, but I also don't want to keep being smothered. Besides, I have another completely separate reason to not want them around too long. No matter what happens, I can't imagine my meeting June today to not be a little bit awkward. Given that those two already more or less know how things are going between us, I really don't want them noticing that. I swear if I get teased over it right now, I might just scream. Yeah, just focus on writing down your notes, Rutherford. I grab my bag, picking up a notebook and pen while I wait for Prez to come back with a notebook. Once she does, I quickly set out to copy down her notes as quickly as I can so I don't inconvenience her by holding onto her notebook when she might need it. Thankfully, her notes are so well organized and succinct that I don't have to try and make sense of them. Unlike certain tiger and his chicken scratch handwriting. For long, I let myself get fully sucked into the task at hand, using it as a convenient excuse to ignore the world around me. Even when time passes and the room starts filling up with people, I mostly ignore the questions about the crutches and that inevitably start getting fired my way. It's not as if they wouldn't hear about it immediately after anyway. I might not be paying attention to the conversations around me, but when so many people are asking each other about me, even I can notice I've become a prime gossip subject. Why can't people just ignore me and leave me alone? Such a pain. Just pretend I don't exist. Look away from me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Maybe if I put on earphones, they might just ignore me. I feel someone's hand on my shoulder, sending a jolt down my spine, but I don't look up. I'll just answer them without looking up. Pretend they're not there. Then they're bound to leave me alone.
Rutherford-san?
Oh! However, a familiar voice snaps me out of my spiral, making me instinctively snap my head upward. June! Oh! Without even thinking about it, the relief I feel is so immense that I immediately pull the tiger closer, hugging his waist and stomach. What? June flinches, but doesn't pull away. In fact, after a second, he puts his hand on my shoulder, gently squeezing it. Once I've recovered enough of my mental faculties to realize what I'm doing in our classroom of all places, I pull away from him. Sorry about that. I was getting really overwhelmed until you arrived.
That's okay.
Although everyone's looking at us now. They were all looking at me already anyway. What's one more thing? I don't care as much if you're here. June sighs, placing his bag atop his desk and pulling out his chair. You really surprised me. Sorry. Like I said, it's fine. Just warn me first next time. Will do. So, how are you doing? Yesterday was a day. You can say that again. It went from very bad to very good, real quick. It did? Of course it did, silly. You happened. Oh, I'm glad I helped. He's so cute when he's all embarrassed like this. Look, even his ears are twitching. You sure did. Besides, it was good to talk. Get everything out in the open. Now I'm not getting eaten up from the inside as badly. Yeah, that's true. I was really scared to tell you all that stuff, but it's good to have you know. While we're on that subject, are you planning to tell anyone else? That should be a comma. I don't know. Maybe? Do you think I should tell the others? That's up to you. It's your business. You decide who to tell. It would make it easier to look out for you, but being looked out for is the one thing I don't want. Exactly. Why does this stuff have to be so complicated? I reach forward, placing a hand atop the tiger's head, gently running my fingers through his fur. There isn't anything I can do or say to fix things for him. He's been dealing with all this for years. If it could be magically fixed just like that, it would have been so long ago. Instead, I'll do my best to at least offer him comfort. Oh, the miceman! Yo, dude, are you talking again? Oh, of course people would try to get my attention again now that they see me talking to someone. Talking again? We tried to talk to Rutherford a bit ago, but he just kept staring at his notebook and giving grunts as responses. Oh, right, yeah, sorry about that, I was really focused. Seriously? You spent weeks away, and the first thing you do when you get back is focus on taking notes? Talk about lame. Jane, be quiet. Yeah, I don't know if I have the patience to deal with Gene right now. He's harmless most of the time, but he can be very annoying under certain circumstances. Either way, not important. I was just curious about one thing. What's with the crutches? Jade, didn't I tell you to have more tact when asking about it? Yeah, who cares? It's not like it's a big deal anyway. That's a horrible thing to say. I know they don't know what happened exactly, but to say that something like that... Junichiro-san, please show some respect! Eh? Well, I was too stunned to come up with a response to one thing I didn't think was possible happened. June suddenly stood up from his chair, walking up to the twins until his chest bumped with Gene's, staring daggers at the mouse. Who cares? What the hell was that supposed to mean? You have no idea what happened, so maybe try to think before opening your mouth to say hurtful things. Crap. June really went for his throat. Despite my silence, I can't help but feel a smile creeping up on my... On your what? On your... Oh, we never get to find out. I gently reach for June's arms, tugging on his sleeve to get his attention in an attempt to calm him down. It's okay, June. Thank you. Taking a deep breath, Tiger looks away and gets back on his seat. In his seat, sorry. Taking a deep breath, the tiger looks away and gets back in his seat without further fuss. Gene looks at his brother in bewilderment, but Gene only can stare at June with his mouth agape. To answer your question, Gene, I got run over by a car. What? Mm-hmm. I got out of it mostly fine, but my knee got banged up pretty bad. Torn ligaments, shattered bone, crushed nerve, etc. It was bad enough to require surgery. I'll never get to play tennis again, so I'd really appreciate if you didn't act so dismissively about it. The twins both gasp, their eyes bulging out of their Twins both gasp, their eyes bulging out upon hearing my words. That's the bit of detail I hadn't mentioned before, so even if they bothered asking about my knee, they wouldn't have heard about that. It sucks to tell people like this, but I have to admit, I'm also a little bit angry, so part of me wanted to make them feel guilty before being insensitive. Does that make me petty? I didn't... That's... I'm so sorry, Rutherford-kun. We didn't mean to... It's okay, man. don't need to apologize. You didn't do a thing. Just a little bit of glaring at Jean on top should drive the message home pretty well, I think. Sorry, hey. Wait, Jean, get back here! The younger brother walks away after stammering out an apology, whether out of embarrassment or what, I can't tell. Regardless, Jean follows right behind him, trying to bring him back. Considering how Jean immediately sat back on his chair and refused to budge, I'm assuming I won't be seeing them again for a little while. Good, because I'm kind of sick of them. That was... What a prick! Whoa, calm down there, Tiger. Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. But seriously, what kind of way to talk to people is that? That's so insensitive.
It was. It totally caught me off guard. Still, I really appreciate you helping me out. That was the right way to do it. Acknowledge and thank a person for standing up for you. That was good. Good thing there.
Of course I'd help you out. I just wish that...
Yes, I also wish that... buddy. I reach forward, gently petting the brooding tiger.
Don't make fun of me. I was trying to help you.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I've just never seen you snap at someone quite like that. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, well, I can do that. Even my patience has limits.
Seeing you get mad for me was really nice, I won't lie. Seriously, June, thank you.
Now you're just piling up more gratitude than is due.
Not at all, I really appreciate you. Oh, he's squirming! Tiger squirms, I said so, uselessly in his seat, his tail swishing back and forth behind him in an erratic manner. That was a bit scary. Never seen June that angry before. His fur was so bristled that it looked downright sharp, and his eyes got so small they looked like pinholes. That was menacing as hell. I really thought he was gonna hit someone for a second there. Guess I need to keep a bit of an eye on him as well. Wouldn't want him flying off the handle over something like this. Might need to relearn how to handle June all over again now that I think about it. That's such a strange thing to think about. Yeah, because you gotta think about it, right? Like, your injury to you is one thing, you being Rutherford right now. But your injury to June is a whole nother thing. You saved his life. I don't know if that was a driving force in that, but in addition to how much he cares about Rutherford and how much he wants to defend him and stick up for him and all of that, there's also the aspect of what that means for him. So there's that to keep in mind. I know him better than I ever have before, and yet less than I thought I did.
Are you okay? You're staring off into space.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing alright. I was just thinking about some stuff.
Penny for your thoughts.
I don't quite know how to explain it. I was mostly thinking about you, I guess.
About me?
What? Why were you surprised? Yeah, I learned quite a lot of stuff about you yesterday. I was just thinking about how weird it was. What? That's not a good way to phrase it! Like, when you think you know everything there is to know about something, then you find out there's a whole other layer behind it that you didn't have a clue existed. Not to be a downer, but we've known each other for 3 months. You really thought you'd learn everything there is to know about me in 3 months? Fun fact about mine and Bri's relationship, Bri had a rule up front that she would not agree to get engaged to anyone unless she had been with them for 7 years. Because according to, I don't know the fucking study specifically, but psychologically speaking, you have to be in close quarters, constant contact with someone for about 7 years before you pretty much know them almost in their entirety for 7 years. And that's not like, oh, you're in school with them, because that's not close contact. You're with them for like a couple minutes, maybe for lunch, whatever. No, you gotta like be around them almost all the time for like 7 years before you really know a person. And that was basically her benchmark. We wound up cutting it, closer than that, but we still aren't legally married yet. We've been engaged for a couple years, and we've been together since 2014. We've been dating since 2014, and we've been living together since about 2016. And it's 2022 now, so you can do the math on that. But, yeah. Fun fact, yeah. 3 months, definitely way shorter than 7 years. That's also doing the math on that. This is gonna turn into another comment about how I'm simple-minded, isn't it? I was gonna make a comment about how most visual novels think you can get engaged to someone in a month. Or at least there's one other visual novel that seems to think that. Look behind you! It's the three-headed monkey! Ooh.
Don't look at me like that.
Sorry.
It's fine. I didn't expect you to deal with all of it overnight. I know it'll take a bit for it to fully sink in.
Thanks. Maybe we should talk about it? There's a lot of stuff we're gonna need to figure out from now on, isn't there?
You mean...
June looks around, checking to see if anyone's listening in on us, and leans closer to me, speaking with only a whisper.
About us?
I nod.
Yeah, that much is a given.
It'll take a while to figure that out as well.
Though I'd rather talk about it somewhere with less people.
Agreed. Do you think we should tell the others?
Not yet. It's too soon. I want to feel out how things will work from now on before having to figure out how other people will react to it. Although I'm pretty sure Shuichi-san will notice way before we tell anyone.
He will? How come?
Right, I guess I didn't tell you this much. We kinda, talked about it when you were still in the hospital. He kinda gave me permission to pursue,
Permission? Who the hell is he to be given permission in the first place?
Right, yeah, that's totally silly, isn't it?
Okay, he's totally being weird right now, isn't he? It's not just me who thinks that. You're hiding something.
Can we talk about this later, in private?
Yeah, sure. Though I have to admit, I'm incredibly curious now. I wonder what this could be about. Oh, God. Well, is he really gonna tell us about Shuichi's feelings, or is this something that he's gonna try to deflect or hope we forget about? Really curious. Oh, it's Shima, alright on cue. Before I can decide whether or not to press further, my thought process is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Shima-sensei. If he's here, that can only mean that... Crap! Crap indeed. Crap, I haven't finished copying these notes. I'll talk to you later, June. I really have to finish this.
We have to talk later regardless. The bell just rang.
Shush! Those are just details.
Very well, class. We should get started right away. There's a lot we need to cover today.
A few hours later. With the bell finally ringing to announce our lunch break, I instinctively tense up. Despite the overall tedium of it, the class was a good excuse to not have anyone talking to me. Never thought being in class would ever be something that gives me peace of mind. The more you know. I feel someone poking at my side, turning around, and greeted this tiger's troubled face.
Rutherford-san, why does this stuff have to be so complicated?
Why does this homework have to be so complicated?
Really? We should not be taking this subject anyway. Fuck! Ow! Spoofy! Why? I was singing about classwork and you decide to randomly fucking tackle me out of nowhere. What the hell?
Don't worry. I'm happy to help you study later so you can catch on.
That's not what I was asking. Besides, I think I'm doing okay with my studies right now.
Also, he's not the one that missed a month. You are? No, that's a surprise. Did something change?
I decided a bit ago that I couldn't keep relying on you to pick up the slack for me. I still had some notes I copied off you for the last midterm, so...
June picks up his textbook, showing me the latest pages of it. Well, his penmanship still needs work, but his notes are very neat and organized. I can tell he used the way I organize mine as a basis to copy off of. These are really good, June. I'm pleasantly surprised. He lets out a quiet laugh, awkwardly scratching his cheek.
Thanks. I worked really hard. Studying is still a pain in the bum, but I can do it if I tell myself it helps you too. My notes probably aren't as good as Tsunagawa-san's, but I can share them with you if that helps.
Of course. I'd really appreciate it. Look at you stepping up to become a better student. I actually feel kind of a little bit proud. And he's not all that wrong. If I can afford to worry a little bit less about June's grades, that will already help me a lot. Not at a point where I can be working to help someone else right now, so...
If you can give me some pointers on how to get better at this stuff, that would go a long way to helping me become more self-sufficient.
Sure, I can walk you through on how I structure my notes for different subjects.
You do it differently for each subject?
Oh, yeah. They're also different. There isn't just a single method that works for everything.
Darn. I was feeling so proud of myself for getting this far, too.
Hey, don't be like that. Compared to how you were doing before, this is already a big leap forward. I mean, come on, just look at your previous notes. Flip the book back just to the first few pages. In comparison to the well-structured notes he currently has, the first few pages are filled with half-written sentences, incoherent notes, and random doodles that have nothing to do with the subject at hand. In fact, I'm pretty sure one of these is of human square y. I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Good point. I'll take this win.
You should. Hey, it's the crew.
Morning.
Morning. What happened to your energy? No oos?
I guess I'm not feeling 100% back to my usual cheer.
Good morning, Rutherford-san. It's good to see you again. Good to see you too, K-kun. Hope you're doing well. How's the tournament? We don't have to talk about that. It's okay. I'm the one who's asking. You think I'd ask you if I weren't fine with it? I suppose that's true. No, it's not. He's in denial, but alright.
Hey, you won't believe this, Rutherford-kun. K-kun made it all the way to the finals.
Really? Wow, really? So you played against Tanabe? Mizuguchi-san, that was my news to tell, not yours. Wow, the clarifying crew is at it again, you pair of colts.
You snooze, you lose. No, you fucking don't, because you both are bastards. And look at the smiling pair of bastards in the middle here.
God damn it, you guys. You guys suck. God damn it. Is it any wonder I do the Shuichi route last? Seriously?
It's great to hear, Keisuke. You made a lot of progress.
I guess. It's crazy. Last year, I barely made it into the top 16.
How did finals go?
We don't need to talk about that.
I mean, if he won, they would have said he won. If he made it to finals and lost,
They say he made it to finals. Why would you even ask? How bad? 6260. Ouch! Yeah, that's pretty rough. I never stood a chance. He wiped the floor with me. I think I finally understood why he had trouble all those years. Tanabe is a pain in the ass, yeah. More ways than one, I guess.
Sorry you didn't go better, K-san.
It's alright. At least it was a good practice experience. Making it to the finals was already a huge achievement.
How did managing to beat Yuya feel?
Exhilarating. Good. At least you got your revenge. So that plot line got solved off camera. Nice. At least I'm glad he fucking got him, man. Fuck that guy. God damn it. Why are there so many unlikable people in this fucking game? Barely. I was hanging on by the skin of my teeth. That guy improves far too quickly. It's terrifying. Some people are like that. It's exhausting. Tell me about it. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Don't worry about it. I feel like I missed the memo. June pats the hair's shoulder. Apparently his arm is 5 people long, but alright. Oh, I didn't read the second half! Earning himself a sigh.
By the way, Rutherford-kun, what are your plans for the day?
It's hard to say. I suppose I should drop by the tennis club first, huh?
What? You're coming over still? Why?
I can't just drop out without saying something. I spent almost 3 years with some of these people. I need to at least tell them about what happened and explain why I'm quitting. Won't that be too much for you? I'm fine. I'm not made of glass, you know.
If you say so. I was going to tell Coach myself and let him announce it to the rest of the club.
Well, that's cold. They deserve better from me. That's right. Those people dedicated years of their lives to tennis just like me. Some of them served as practice partners, others as rivals. They created an environment where I could do my best to strive for my own goals. Notice how everyone is not being supportive except June. June is like, oh, I'm so proud of you. And everyone else is like, ugh, my own self-interest. But like June is actually being supportive. Everyone else is like, ugh, I'm uncomfortable. Ugh. But June is nice. June is good. Fucking hell, man. Whether I wasted that opportunity is my own problem. It has nothing to do with them. They deserve a proper explanation from me, as well as my own gratitude.
Okay. We'll go with you when you announce it.
Thanks, Haya-chan. Will you be okay after that? I can keep you company if you need someone. I'll be fine, Shuichi. Don't worry so much. Shuichi and June share a look, staring at each other silently for a few seconds as if communicating. Ah, God! And Shuichi nods. Yeah, I know you will be. What the hell was that? Seriously, now I'm the one that feels like I've missed the memo.
You could come with me after. I'll be practicing the piano, but you can join me. You always said you liked to hear me play.
Really? I can? I wouldn't be a bother or anything?
The only thing that bothers me is that you'd even have to ask me that.
Ouch. Harsh.
Maybe if I'm a little bit harsh, you'll learn not to ask silly questions like that.
What is this? Negative reinforcement?
Well, you are a dog.
Not that kind of dog. He's got you wrapped around his little finger. Just for the record, it's only my knee that's messed up. I can still hit you.
What's with all this aggression? Sheesh.
You do not get to... moving on. There we go. You're the last person who gets to tell me that.
Guess Rutherford woke up today and chose violence.
Wow, you've spent some time on Twitter. Quote memes at me either. You're a bunch of idiots, all of you. Thank you. I guess I wouldn't mind joining you today, if you'll have me.
I'll have you. Wow, this is so sappy.
Shut up, Saya. At least it's good to know you'll have something to look forward to today. Wow, that's fucking dark. I'd have felt bad if you ended your day on a sour note. Just going home shouldn't be a sour note, but I guess consider the source of that quote. You worry too much. Rutherford will be fine. Can you blame me? I never said it without reason. I never said it was without reason.
It's okay. I can look after Rutherford's on today. I don't mind.
Look after me? Are you trying to convince me not to go now?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Never mind. I'll just go home after I announce my departure from the tennis club. At least no one will treat me like I'm a child there.
No, I was just kidding. Rutherford, son, please come watch me practice. And the tables have turned. We're back to normal now. Show's over, folks.
There we go. No way am I just quietly letting you string me along like that, dumbass tiger.